What's good, everybody? We are back again with another episode of the No Hedging podcast, and this one is the crossover.
Whoop, whoop. The Kyrie,
baby. I go by the name of Rip 16, the GOAT.
I am Ty the Jet.
And we are the Mighty No Hedging podcast duo, man.
Yes, sir. Back again with another episode, playoff edition.
Playoff basketball, first round, man. So you already know, man. We locked in now. We don't went through everybody that had a good game too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We approaching a lot.
Not
of
everybody.
Well, no, it's some game twos tonight. My bad. Game twos tonight. We got a couple goodies in there, and then we're gonna talk about some game threes. So you know what I'm saying? We're going 424, 425, and 426 on this here episode.
Yes, sir.
But if you want us to continue giving you this amazing content with this amazing information that we got, you know, go ahead, press that subscribe button, man.
It should be like right
Thumbs
below
up.
me.
You know what I'm saying? Like us, share us, comment. You talk, we talk back. You know what I'm saying? We need all that smoke.
Yes, sir.
Because the smoke fuels us, you know, and it keeps us going. So, without further ado, man,
let's jump in.
Let's just go ahead and jump into the crossover, man. So the first game on the slate, we have the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. All right. Now, Boston is a whopping 14.5 point favorite in this game.
Who's hurt?
Jimmy Butler.
Oh,
MCL.
Yeah. I forgot.
MCL. But that's still a lot of points.
That is a lot of points for a scrappy Miami team.
That's a lot of points for a very scrappy Miami team. Yeah. Boston is Boston, though, and they're at home. Yeah. It's hard to play at Boston. So what's your thoughts initially on this game? I can tell you my notes. And my thoughts.
I think Boston is going to take this win for sure at home. Especially, you know, for Miami with Jimmy Buckets. I said Buckers. Jimmy Buckets not playing. I think it's going to, you know, Miami is going to need a game to adjust to him not being in the lineup, being in the rotation, to find out who is going to be that guy. You know what I mean? So, you know, offensively and defensively to help them. So I think, you know, Boston's going to get the win. I don't think it's going to be a complete blowout because Miami is one of those teams. We all know everybody's been doubting Miami for the past couple years, and they've been one of the most scrappiest teams out there. It's that Miami Heat culture, and they're going to bring it every single night. So you still got players on the court that can get points, get buckets. You still got Bam out there who's going to, you know, do what he does in the paint and dominate, try to dominate on the defensive end as well. And be active on the defensive end.
Bam is definitely the most consistent guy they have.
Yeah. So, you know, and you got, you know, Tyler Hero. He can, you know, he's, you know, trying to get his way back into.
Tyler has had some good games since he returned. However, the problem is they sticking Drew Holiday on him, and Drew Holiday
like
is
glue,
locking him the fuck up. Yeah. So I mean. Yeah, I kind of echo some of those sentiments. I think, you know, Miami's focus on the defensive end definitely has to be stopping Tatum. However, the problem is
you
stop Tatum, you got Brown, you got Derek White, you got Kristaps Porzingis, you got Al Horford coming off the bench. Drew Holiday is kind of up and down offensively, but he's going to be very consistent with
defensive presence. Yeah.
So, I mean, even if you slow Tatum down and get him like 20,
it's a tough out.
Know, it's still tough.
It's a tough out.
Especially if you don't have Jimmy to help. You know, Jimmy is not like a prolific scorer, but he does contribute defensively. He's one of those guys that kind of just comes in and does whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, sometimes he takes control of the game. You know what I mean? Like when offensively they're not rolling, he'll get aggressive, get to the bucket, or even get to the line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he'll get, you know, that's where
and
his
they also
role is.
Don't have Terry Rozier, who is ruled out also. So that eliminates even more offensive firepower for you. I mean, you still got some tough guys. So I mean, Tyler Hero, they're gonna have to switch up the looks to try to get him a lot more open. I think that's what Coach Bo was saying, that they're going to switch up the looks to try to get him open.
He's going to have to be a
factor. They're going to have to try to switch him off of Drew to make it happen. But, I mean, I think defensively, Boston is still pretty well-rounded, not just Drew Holiday. And it's a home game for Boston, so I'm with you on that. I'm leaning Boston in this game.
Now Boston
14.5 points is still a fuck ton of points.
But Boston should blow them out. They should blow them out.
They should be able to.
If Boston doesn't blow them out, then we're gonna have some questions. If we get to the end of the game, it's end of the fourth quarter, and it's a 1 or 2 possession game, we gotta have some questions for Boston.
The only reason I don't question is because it's Miami.
Yeah, but
they're very well coached, even though they're underhand. And I feel like we say this about Miami all the time. They should lose. But they keep on getting in there. Keep on keeping on. So that's the only reason I'm not overly concerned if they don't blow them out, because I still think Boston is by far the best team in the East. But I'm going Boston with this one. Yeah. I'm looking at I seen something with Jaime under 8.5 rebounds and assists. I kind of like that one. I seen Caleb over rebounds and assists, over 7.5. In terms of props, I'm looking at that one tonight also. So for all my prop people, that's something to keep an eye out on. I'm also thinking about Kristaps and Derek White, probably PRA, maybe Jaylen Brown points, because I think the focus is going to be on Tatum on defense. So I feel like those other guys are going to step up and have some good scoring games against that Miami defense, because, I mean, somebody got to get the buckets if it's not Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jaylen.
Yeah, that's why I said just straight points with him. So, yeah, that's that game. Next game on the slate, we have the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, the Thunder are 7.5 point favorite in this game at home.
It's a good series.
It's a pretty good series.
Yeah, it's a pretty good series.
It became a little bit less without Zion. Series without Zion.
But they still, like the Pelicans, they still are competing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum,
Ingram,
Trey Murphy stepped up.
Brandon Ingram is taking more of a scoring and an aggressive role now that Zion is out.
He's kind of been on that this season, though, for the most part.
But specifically now that Zion is out, his role is to get buckets, get to the rim, be aggressive, take shots, and obviously the others have to show up. We need CJ to start knocking down some threes. But yeah, I like this series so far from the Pelicans as far as on their side. But those Thunder, man. SGA is different. He's a different. He's a different dude.
You really like that?
Yeah, it's something about his pace, bro. He plays the game at his own speed. He gets his own shot. He creates his own shots.
Gets to his spots.
Gets to the rim. Finishes at the rim. Like, it's just so smooth and like, I don't know, man. Some SGA, his game. I fuck with his game hard.
Complete basketball.
Yeah.
Game. Like, all around hooper.
For sure.
And that's just what it is. I mean, it's hard to compete or hard to stop somebody who can score on every level. He can facilitate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got guys like Jalen Williams who can come in, give you 20-something points. Even though he had 19 last game. You got Chet, who's still versatile young player coming up. A lot of height, a lot of length, can, disrupt shots. Which I need him to do a little bit more of, because the Pelicans was on their ass that last game.
That's what I'm saying. They competing.
The Pelicans were on their ass that game.
Yeah, they competing.
And Trey Murphy had a good game one, as I said. But, Brandon Ingram and CJ are definitely the biggest threats. Valanciunas is a consistent double-double. He's a big body, which is what I think kind of disturbs.
Larry Nance was cooking too. He had a good game one. In transition, defensively active on the ball. You know what I mean? He played well that first game as well. So those guys are going to be key for them to step up and make plays and win the series. But I think ultimately
I think those rebounds and assist numbers is gonna make a huge difference. Because I mean, Shai's gonna Shai. He gonna do what he gonna do. But I think overall the team rebounds and assists. I think if Chet can kind of help with that a little bit more. He had a solid game. Him and Jalen had a solid game on the boards. They didn't, blow me away with points or anything. But I think if they can control the boards a little bit better, they win this game at home and kind of ward off, another one of those Pelicans close calls. The rebounds and assists definitely gonna make a difference.
Definitely.
So I'm looking at Shai and Chet to have good PRA props this game. Probably Jalen Williams to have a good points prop this game, just because I feel like the buckets, he can score a little bit more once Shai gets everything going. He's gonna get open. So, and he knows how to create a shot pretty well himself. So, I think I'm gonna roll with the Thunder at home in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not super thrilled about 7.5, but I think they can do 7.5 points in this game.
Yeah, it's possible.
I think they can, especially without Zion. Josh Giddey, more rebounds and assists. Cause last game he was kind of a mouse out there. He was a little quiet.
Then I ain't seen him.
He was a little quiet.
Didn't see him.
Even if he doesn't score a lot of points, I at least need him to give me some rebounds and assists. I think that'll help also, and that'll help that rebound and assist discrepancy that I talked about to stop such a close game. Because it's the playoffs, so you're going to need a team. Like, even those 6, 7, and 8 seeds, they can still hoop. So, don't sleep. But, yeah, I'm rolling with the Thunder in this one, though.
Agreed.
Next game on the slate, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Orlando Magic. Now, this is getting into those Thursday games. Cleveland has pretty much, during games 1 and 2, it was kind of the same game, honestly. At home, they were a little bit less dominant the second game, but I mean, same result essentially. If Orlando doesn't win this game, they're getting swept. And they're a young team.
That's what I'm saying. I was just about to say they're young. This is the first time Orlando been in the playoffs in how long?
Did they make it last year?
I don't think so.
I don't think they made it. I don't think
it's been a while since Orlando's been here.
It's been a while, for sure.
Yeah, so they're a young team. But they're energetic. They got good talent on that team. They had a good record this year too.
They're a hella fine defensive team. They're young. Got some.
But Cleveland, I think Cleveland got them, bro, for sure.
I don't know if Cleveland's length in the paint is disturbing them or something, but they gotta neutralize that points in the paint, and they gotta hit more open threes. Like, their shooting percentage wasn't very good that last game, and I think that made a big difference between the bad 3-point shooting percentage and then also the just the length of Cleveland in the paint with guys like Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, and they got to do something about that. They can't just let them cook. You can't just go over there and just keep on getting cooked in the paint and you missing threes. So I think they need to step up their defensive efficiency because they're capable. Secure some more boards. Again, I know it's a little bit harder when you're playing against taller guys, but as far as steals, blocks, all that stuff, they've been pretty evenly matched. I mean, assists, they've been pretty evenly matched. They get out rebounded, and their field goal percentage is lower. So I mean, you just got to be more efficient and you got to play better defense.
Yeah. Banchero can't do it by himself. I tell you that.
Hell no.
He's solid, but he can't do it alone.
But yeah, they just got to get their field goal percentage up. I think they got a chance at it, but if they don't win this game, their ass is getting swept. So I'm gonna roll with Orlando tonight. They're the favorite, -2 at home.
I'm not. I'm taking Cleveland, dog. I'm taking Cleveland.
I think Paolo has a good game. I think they step it up defensively. I think they got a lot of energy. I think they play better at home.
Garland, give me those guys every game.
Spider and Garland.
Yeah, I'm taking them every time. Jared Allen, I love me some Jared Allen. You know, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. He was there for a while. I love me some Jared Allen.
I think the way you neutralize a Jared Allen or Evan Mobley, they're gonna have to draw some more fouls on those guys in the paint.
Attack them,
because that's
you got
like Karl Anthony Towns playing against Phoenix.
Yeah, you got to
his
attack
ass was out of the game because he had 3 fouls. He was missing most of the game. So, and 3 fouls in the first half. My bad. So I think if you attack them bigs, get them in a little foul trouble, you can kind of neutralize some of that action in the paint, and it's enough for them to win.
Especially when you're not shooting from 3 well.
Yeah, if you're not shooting well, you got to get in that paint, and you got to get those bigs in some foul trouble so that you can get some more efficient shots, I think. And their free throw percentage has been about equal with Cleveland, so I trust them to be able to make enough free throws if they get them in foul trouble. If they don't, they're going to get their ass swept, though. So that's where I'm at with that one. That's where he's at. We're splitting on that one, but I mean, I'm not mad at that.
Thanks for coming, Orlando.
But Disney World's right down the street, so you don't have to go far.
Well, you're not going to be at Disney World because you won. You're going to be looking from the outside in. But thanks for coming to the playoffs. You know, we'll see. You know, that's what I said. You said they don't. To the cookout. Like I said, you said you don't. If they don't win tonight, if they don't win this game 3, they're getting swept, and I don't think they're gonna win game 3. I think the Spider, Darius Garland, I think they're gonna do what they gotta do and take care of business.
I think Orlando's scrappy enough to pull off one. I don't expect them to beat Cleveland, but if they don't, then you're right. So the next game on that slate, on the Thursday night slate, we have the scrappy New York Knicks. Yeah. The Knickerbockers versus the Philadelphia 76ers.
That series is crazy.
I'm going to start off by saying the Sixers got robbed on that last play.
Well, the game was too close for them to get robbed to begin with.
Well, the Knicks put up, in fairness to the Knicks, they scored buckets pretty quick. They got a quick 7-10 points.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah.
Something real quick. And got them right back in that game and put them in a position. So I credit them. But it was a lot. What I'm saying. It was a lot going on there in that last play. Yeah. Coach trying to call a timeout. The owner of the Sixers standing in the way. I mean, the owner of the Knicks standing in the way, blocking the refs.
It was chaos. It was chaos. Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey got hit twice.
Fumbling the ball.
He recovered the ball. They snatched it from DiVincenzo.
No, he tried to pass it.
He tried to pass it. DiVincenzo knocks down a second chance 3. Like, it was a lot going on during that last play.
Yeah.
I feel
that
like
possession was crazy.
I feel like the Sixers got robbed because Maxey got fouled and they were trying to call a timeout that couldn't be seen because somebody is blocking his line of sight. I just felt like they got robbed in that one. So and that was a road game for them.
Yeah.
And Joel Embiid is out there playing on one leg. The fact that Joel Embiid is scoring 35 on one leg is crazy. Because that means he could be dropping 50 if he was at full health. But
what about game 3?
I mean, he's still gonna be hurt. But they don't really have that much. New York doesn't really have that much of a presence in the paint. They have some guys who can play with some energy. They hustle. Like, the whole team hustles. I get that. But just talent-wise, Joel Embiid is better than their bigs. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I think talent-wise, the Sixers have a better roster. Just overall. In general. They have a better roster.
I mean, do they?
Yeah.
I mean, you got Maxey and Joel, and who else is really just that much better on the Sixers than the guys Harris on the Knicks? Okay, but you got a guy like Josh Hart who gives you that type of production.
He ain't consistent like that.
He had 15 rebounds.
He ain't that consistent, dog. He had that night. Is he gonna do it again tomorrow?
Josh Hart has been a Swiss Army knife for the Knicks. I'm not saying that he's the best player on the court. Jalen Brunson is definitely the best Knicks.
So where is
player.
he ranked? If we ranking both rosters, where does he rank?
If we talking about like where does he stand in terms of overall out of everybody on the court?
Just everybody on the court. Talent. Joel's the best player on the court. He's number one.
I put him at like 5.
Who's the second best player on the court? Jalen Brunson?
Right now it's Tyrese Maxey. Because Tyrese Maxey has outplayed Jalen Brunson during these first
right
two
now,
games.
yes. But overall, in general.
Just the games that matter.
In general.
Jalen Brunson.
Then Maxey.
Yeah.
Then who else? Who's the fourth?
And maybe Tobias Harris.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
And then I go Josh Hart.
But what I'm telling you is the Sixers have a better roster than the Knicks. I'm not talking about just right now, right today. I'm just talking at overall. If you were to line up rosters and rosters, they have a better roster than the Knicks. That's just a fact. Because outside, the Knicks been getting lucky.
Oubre.
The Knicks been getting lucky on these W's. I ain't gonna hold you, because Jalen Brunson hasn't been playing well. You know what I'm saying?
Jalen Brunson has not been playing well, but the others have been playing well.
They have been.
And they've been scrappy.
Right.
It's Miami Heat-ish what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to look at it. They had 5 guys at double digits, even without Jalen Brunson having, subpar games for his standard. I mean, he still had 24. He's just not efficient.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He shot, 27% last game? That's not a good Jalen Brunson game. He went 1 for 6 from 3.
That's what I'm saying. That's not. I agree.
But you can do that when you have Hartenstein getting you 14, Josh Hart getting you 21 and 15.
Mm-hmm.
You got.
But is that going to happen every night? No.
I think honestly,
no.
You got McBride who's stepping up.
No.
Young player stepping up. You got. Mr. Robinson is more of a defensive player. He just comes in and kind of influences shots, but he doesn't have anything that shows up amazing on the stat sheet. You got Bogdanovich who can come up and give you a few buckets. But again, I mean, how do you quantify those? They score 8 points in a short time frame, or they come up with timely steals, or OG Anunoby hits this corner 3 at a time. They do stuff like that. It's not just the talent. I think they're very good at when they do stuff.
You're talking about effort and hustle.
Effort, hustle, and
that's what
50,
Philly
50 ball.
That's what Philly lacked in game 2. That's what happened, and that's what caused them to lose. They didn't get the rebound, the offensive rebound. After DiVincenzo missed the 3.
But this is my thing though. Philly is supposed to have a better roster.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to have the better players.
Mm-hmm.
You're in this game. You getting 30 points from your 2 best players, and you still lose.
Yeah.
And the Knicks' best player didn't play that well.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have a particularly dominant paint presence without Julius Randle.
But you said in the beginning that they got robbed.
And they got robbed.
You said they got robbed. So we can't say, you can't say
they got
all
robbed
this
on one play.
You can't say all this and then they lose and then you say, and they got robbed. You can't do that.
Yes, this is why I'm saying they got robbed.
I know why. I know why you're saying.
One play,
right,
where they could have had maybe a 1 or 2 point victory,
right,
in that game. But the fact that game is 1 or 2 points with all the stuff y'all have and all of the stuff the Knicks don't have is why I'm like, yeah, they still not gonna win this. They in trouble.
But what I'm saying is,
they in trouble. I will say this though. I think Philly wins this game.
Absolutely.
I think Philly wins game 3 because if they don't, their ass is up out of there real quick. They're pissed off about that last call.
Absolutely.
Maxey just won Most Improved Player, so that's just even more acknowledgement and recognition of the work that he's doing is good. And I think they avoid certain mistakes at the end of that game. Maybe you called a timeout before you even inbound it, so that there's not a turnover.
Right.
But I mean, and you have home court advantage now, so you don't have to worry about New York Knicks fans yelling in your fucking ear where you can't hear it. The timeout that the coach is over here yelling, going crazy about.
Yeah, he was calling it. He definitely was calling it.
So I think those key factors push Philly to win this game. 4.5 points sounds good. I think Jalen Brunson has to wake up and play better at some point in time.
I think that's the
only way.
He will play better this game. Watch, he will play better this game, and the others will not have that same production that they had
because they're on the road. I think Philly's bench will play better at home than the Knicks bench. So even though Jalen Brunson plays better, I'm in agreement with you on that. I think that Philly wins this game because it's a must win.
Josh Hart is not going to have 15 rebounds.
No, they just got to learn how to box the fuck out. I mean, don't let Josh Hart
He's not about to have 15 rebounds, dog.
I'm taking Maxey PRA tonight. I'm taking Maxey Thursday PRA and Joel points and rebounds. I'm looking at those. Depending on where their numbers kind of come in, they do try to gas them up a little bit, but we're going to see where they fall. I don't think Joel will have a lot of assists, so you might want to look at some unders on his assists because I think he's just going to try to attack.
Yeah, he want
use his size. So
he want buckets.
I seen somewhere under 5.5. I might take that.
He want buckets.
He want buckets. He don't want to pass. So yeah, that's that game, man. The other game, similar situation, not quite the same note. The Lakers, Denver versus the Los Angeles Lakers, man. Is that a broom you're pulling out, sir?
I'm pulling that shit out, dog.
The Lakers were pissed. LeBron,
you rarely see him
walking out. You rarely see him walking out. AD pissed. He walked out. Jamal Murray made a shot. I'm out. So, I mean, to their credit, though, the last couple minutes of the game, Denver did what they've been doing. You know, they've been scrappy for the past few years.
Finding ways to win.
But last year, they put it all together. They found ways to win. Jamal Murray wasn't really cooking most of the game.
No,
but towards the end of that
terrible.
game in the fourth quarter.
He was terrible. Fourth quarter, he showed up.
He showed the fuck up, and he showed out in those last couple minutes.
Jamal Murray needs to be an all-star, bro.
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't understand why not. He's always he shows up in the postseason. Well, for one,
Jamal Murray had an injury history for a long time.
I don't care about that.
You should care about that because that impacted the amount of time he spent actually playing.
Right. But if I'm talking about all-star in the playoffs, you showing up in the playoffs all the time like he has been doing. Well, what's your injury history got to do with that if you showing up playing ball?
Unfortunately, the playoffs is after the All-Star game. I'm talking about during the regular season, his ass be hurt.
Okay.
He sits down.
Fair point.
He wears a lot of suits.
Fair point.
He wears his jewelry to the game. He's used to not dressing out for the game a lot over the past few seasons.
Which is why he hoops in the playoffs. Okay.
Which is why he balls out during the playoffs. He's fully recovered.
Gotcha.
He's ready.
Copy.
So, but this season, last season, he had a solid amount of games put together. You know, good performance. I'm not doubting all-star caliber level performance. I'm just saying his injury history has kind of kept him away.
Fair point.
Jokic is going Jokic. It's not much you can fucking do. He had a double-double in the first quarter.
That was insane.
I mean,
quietly.
He had a double-double in the first quarter and the Lakers weren't playing bad.
Quietly.
But the Lakers weren't playing bad.
10, 10, and 10. Quietly. How? When?
I mean, the Lakers are not playing bad and he's still getting a double-double in the first quarter. It's not that much you can do about it. I think those other guys,
it was in the first quarter and it was like 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
Type shit. Yeah. It was crazy.
He was sitting down drinking water and shit with a double-double.
That's crazy.
But AD has not faded away. He's had some good games. LeBron has gave you some good overall games. D'Lo stepped it up, had the best Lakers three-point shooting performance in team history, team playoff history. It still wasn't enough.
I said this. I said, bro, the Lakers played the best game they could possibly play, and they still lost.
Yeah.
That's the best game you could possibly play. The problem, you need somebody else other than LeBron and AD People complain about AD not getting buckets. Myself included. AD, you got to show up. AD shows up. He's giving it to Joker, attacking him, giving him buckets. Joker couldn't do shit with AD in the first half, first 3 quarters. But AD goes missing in the fourth. Only took 1 shot. Didn't get any points in the fourth quarter. You ask D'Lo, you criticize D'Lo for not showing up in game 1 or not showing up at all. And he shows up this game knocking down 6, 7 threes. Knocking them down, getting buckets. Bron doing what Bron gonna do. He gonna get buckets. He gonna get assists. He gonna get to the line. He gonna do what he got to do to get help the team win.
Impressively though, he didn't. He wasn't even looking tired in the fourth quarter.
No, he wasn't really tired. He wasn't really looking tired.
He didn't look tired in the fourth quarter. Everybody else looked sluggish. I felt like them playing in Denver had something to do with that. The altitude.
They were up 20.
They were up 20, but you got to realize they're coming out hot, right? These first 3 quarters, you got a lot more energy. Mm-hmm. Fourth quarter, your ass started slowing down.
Ran out of gas.
And the altitude, I think, was fucking with them. So, I mean, that is the best game they have played. However, I do think the bench could have played a little better. You got guys out there like Rui.
Rui is not going to play better.
You got guys out there like Austin.
Austin need to play better.
He can play better.
But he knocked down some threes, though.
You got
who else?
Spencer Dinwiddie ain't did
He
nothing.
Ain't show up. He ain't even there.
So my whole thing is I'm like, the bench production or these other guys, they could be more efficient, and I'm thinking that they'll play better at home than they will on the road and outside of that altitude.
You can't play no better than that, bro. You just can't play no better than that. You can't.
I feel like they're going to get more production.
You can't, bro. That's the best they could play. You ask AD to show up. You ask Bron to show up. You ask D'Lo to show up. Austin Reeves, how many points he had? How many points Reeves had?
How many points did Reeves have that last game?
Yeah. What, like 15?
Something like that. It was in the teens. It was nothing.
Do we expect him to drop 25 every night? No.
No, I don't expect him to.
Okay, so he did what he was supposed to do. How many points he had?
I don't know about now. I don't know about that now.
I'm saying, if we don't expect him to drop 25 and he does 15, what's the issue?
Well, you can't allow them to go on a run and just erase a 20-point lead. That's a defensive issue, for one. For 2, Austin Reeves was
9.
4 of 11. He didn't even have 15.
That's crazy.
He didn't even have 15.
I tried to help him out. Didn't he have 15? That's crazy.
I knew it was something low, but I thought he did better than that. He had 9 points. He had 2 assists.
You can't win like that, dog.
9 and 2?
You cannot win like
he
that.
Had 6 rebounds.
You can't win like that.
But 9 points, 2 assists?
Bron 26, 80, 32. D'Lo 23.
Rui can do better than 1 of 7, even if he don't do a lot. God damn, 1 of 7 though. 1 of 2 free throws. What is he doing out there? He had 3 points.
Running around.
He getting cardio.
Running around.
He's out there getting cardio at this point. So my whole thing is like,
bro,
there's a lack of bench production. What is this? 0-6-0-0?
Why Gabe Vincent got 0 points?
Well, Gabe Vincent, he had 15 minutes. He only had 2 shots. But my whole thing is this. That bench has to do better than that.
They're not, though. They're not, though.
Do better.
They're not, though. When have they? When have they?
I've seen them play better than that during the season.
When have they?
I've seen them play better than that during the season.
The Lakers going to get swept, dog.
Even if they get
Lakers getting swept. Lakers getting swept, dog.
So
they getting swept.
So you taking Denver?
Yeah, they getting swept. They getting swept. Because here's the thing. Because here's the thing. Denver hasn't been playing their best games either.
They haven't been playing the worst though.
They haven't played their best games, dog.
They haven't been playing the worst though.
They've been playing good enough to beat the Lakers, dog, and they got the Lakers numbers. They have the Lakers, bro. Lakers can't see Denver, dog. They just can't do it. They can't do it.
Denver just didn't have a particularly good 3-point percentage that last game. Their shooting percentage was right around. It was a little bit less than the Lakers. The Lakers had a better shooting percentage. They had a better 3-point percentage because of D'Lo.
So you don't think Denver is going to shoot better? Yes.
I think the Lakers are a good enough defensive team to neutralize what Denver can do at the 3-point line, with the exception of Jokic. and Jamal Murray finds a way to make clutch shots. These guys make certain.
And then
shots.
Jamal Murray didn't play that well. He showed up when it needed to.
Hustle plays, 50-50 balls, stuff like that. That's what you make up the difference.
KCP didn't even play that good.
I think because the Lakers played good defense most of the game.
The Lakers played. That's it. That's what I'm saying. The Lakers played the best game they can play.
4 quarters though.
They played the best game they can play, and they still lost. I don't think they can play any better than that, dog. I think that's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get.
I think D'Lo, AD, and LeBron. I think that's the best you're gonna get. The rest of that roster, they can do fucking better than they did.
That's the best you're gonna get, dog. That's the best you're gonna get. And LeBron missed the 3 that would have probably won the game. Wide open 3.
He missed a 3. Yeah, he did. He missed a 3.
He missed the wide open 3 that would have probably won the game.
But I'm also not blaming that all on
I'm not going to blame him.
He shot 47%. He shot 50% from 3.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame him.
I'm not blaming him for that. He missed the shot. Okay.
But, you know.
He missed the shot, and Jamal Murray came down and made some shots.
What I don't like is him talking about
some shots over the thing.
Him talking about referees and a foul on D'Lo in the third quarter while they had like a 10-point lead.
He's doing that so that the refs can be paying attention to it for the rest of the series.
Okay.
That wasn't the reason why they lost, though. He politicking. Okay. He's trying to make him look out.
He politicking.
He like, look, we got a review center for a reason. Like, review these plays, right? Because we out here losing by 2 points, and
he politicking.
You know what I'm saying?
He gonna be at home, so he'll be straight.
Yeah. So but, I mean, I think that was just a little equity with the refs.
Lakers done, dog. Nuggets ain't.
They not winning this series.
Nuggets ain't even played their best game yet, dog.
The Lakers are not winning this series. I'm gonna say that.
Nuggets got them,
but I do think the Lakers win Game 3.
Nah, man.
I do.
I'm sorry, Laker Nation. It's a wrap.
I'm still here, bro. I'm still here. Next game on the slate, getting into those Friday games, we have the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Indianapolis
Pacers.
Indiana Pacers. My bad. Indy is 5.5 point favorite in this game. Mm-hmm. And after that performance they had, I understand why. Bottom line is you can't let Pascal Siakam keep coming out here and dropping 30 on you. The Milwaukee Bucks defense should be a little bit better than that, but not having Giannis on the court is really wrecking those guys.
They jeopardized their defense, man. I'll never forgive them for letting go Drew Holiday, bro.
I mean, they traded defense for offense.
How that's working out for you?
I mean, Dame is giving you 30-something, but Giannis being hurt is still. I mean,
that's you can't. That's offense that you don't have.
It's a lot you don't have if you don't have Giannis. You missing rebounds, you missing defense, you missing offense, you missing a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's Giannis being out. Giannis not being out there, Pascal scoring 30. Indy has a legit chance to go ahead and get the Milwaukee Bucks the fuck up out of here as a 6 seed over the 3 seed.
That's a fact.
Tyrese Halliburton has not been playing super great. I mean, he only had, 12 points? He had like 12 assists. He going to pass the rock. Mm-hmm. And that's really where they beat them the fuck up in game 2. The distribution, the assist numbers were crazy. Mm-hmm. They had like 15 more assists than the Bucks. So it was just pure ball movement. Nembhard getting 20-something points. You got Pascal getting 30 points. You got Miles Turner getting 20 points. You got
Miles Turner be hooping.
Tyrese Halliburton getting a double-double. He only had 12 points, but he's out here fired up. He facilitating. He fired up, and now they finna go back home.
Mm-hmm.
So
and light them up
and light their ass up again.
So, light them up.
For me, I'm taking Indy.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking
because Indy. I feel like Dame can't do it by himself. The only way Milwaukee steps up and win this game is if Middleton steps up and has and supplements some of what you're missing from Giannis. And they're going to have to step it up defensively.
Doesn't this remind you of Dame in Portland?
Well, it wouldn't be Dame in Portland if he had Giannis.
That's what I'm saying. Without Giannis, I'm just saying, doesn't this remind you of Dame in Portland? It's the same shit.
But Dame is one of those guys that will also drop 50 on your ass.
Yeah.
He did it in Portland.
Yeah.
He did the wave. He sent
Houston.
Paul George home.
No, it wasn't Houston.
It was OKC, right?
Yeah,
I think
OKC.
PG was with OKC at the time. He sent those guys home. I mean, we done seen Dame get some people up out of here. So I'm not sleeping on Dame. I just don't think he can do it by himself. Brook Lopez kind of stepped up. He had a good shooting percentage. But I need more out of Chris Middleton. And I need them to step it up defensively. You gotta stop somebody. You can't have 2 guys with 20, 1 guy with 30, and then they shooting damn near 70%. Miles Turner was 60% from the field.
That's crazy.
Nembhard was 72%. Pascal Siakam was 69%, and he had 37 points. You can't have that.
Nah.
That's way too high.
Yeah.
You got to play some better defense. You got to disrupt some shots.
Yeah, contest, dog. Close out, contest.
Slow down some of that ball movement that Indy got going on. Make them work for some more shots. Drop that field goal percentage down a little bit. I think you can do something. Maybe you want to get some more guys in foul trouble. Dame going to have to draw some more fouls.
Not this game.
They're going to have to do something. But I got Indy winning at home in that first one.
I agree. I think
maybe they get a right game for
Tyrese going to have a better shooting night offensively.
I don't know. He been off for a minute since he came back from injury. He been off, but he know how to facilitate. So I'm only expecting facilitating. I got Tyrese Halliburton on the assist prop coming up on that Friday game. I'm looking at that one and who else I like? Middleton PRA because you got to step it up. Dame and Pascal on points. I don't know if Nembhard replicates that points performance, so I'm a little bit iffy on his points in this next one. I don't know. That'll be a game time decision. But that's what I'm looking at in terms of props. Yeah. So next game on the slate, we have the Los Angeles Clippers versus the
Paper Clips.
Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is a 4.5 point favorite at home. Coming off the road, they stole one.
What, game 2?
Yeah, they stole game 2 from the Clips. What did you see out of that one?
I ain't see anything. I went to sleep at halftime. I was tired. I ain't even watched that game all the way.
He said she went to sleep at
Hell
halftime.
yeah, it was 10:15, dog. Well, this game gonna be over at 2 a.m. I am out.
Well, the synopsis is Luka and Kyrie came through in the second half.
Okay.
They had a good game. PJ Washington stepped up for the Dallas Mavericks. He had a good game. He had some oops. He was rolling to the paint. He was getting some rebounds. He was doing his thing out there. I like what PJ Washington. He knocked down some threes. Bro was an integral part of that W. Kawhi Leonard played.
He did play.
However, he looked a little sluggish. He looked a little rusty. I mean, it's his first game back. I kind of expect that. Mm-hmm. He still had a defensive impact. He had like 4 steals and a block. So his defensive presence was shown. I expect him to get a little bit better. I don't know if he gets better in this next game, but James Harden was a good facilitator that game. PG had like a mid-tier game. He didn't do much in terms of rebounds and assists. He had like 22 points. Russ didn't have like a crazy game. Zubac was not efficient. I think that was a problem. He should have been. Zubac's supposed to have a better game than he had because Gafford, their centers were in foul trouble
early.
Dallas centers were in foul trouble early. Mm-hmm. So they had like Kleba trying to play on Zubac, who's a little bit too small to be playing against him. But I seen Zubac miss a dunk. I seen him like it was just stuff he wasn't supposed to be missing. Mm-hmm. So in the long run, that's why they end up losing. Kyrie pulled it out, won that game. Neither bench blew me away in that game. So it was just pretty much predicated off of the starters. Yeah. I think that's the synopsis. I'm going to roll with Dallas, 4.5 points in this first home game for Dallas because Luka Magic, man, for some reason, he got the Clips number.
That dude crazy, man.
For some reason, he got the Clips number, and Kawhi is still rusty, so I don't know if they can slow him down that much. And Kyrie has been here before, so he knows like the offensive production he needs to have to do it. So I think between Kyrie and Luka, they just gonna continue to do what they do. And I think the bench at home plays better than the Clips bench played, with the exception of Russ. I think Russ will have a better game, but I don't know if it's enough. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I don't know about your thoughts, though.
I'm going to go with your thoughts because I ain't been watching. Like I said, I ain't watched this series yet. I tried. Couldn't make it, fam.
He said couldn't make it.
Shorty was like, go to sleep. I was fighting it.
Head nod.
Yeah, fighting it.
No, man. But for that game, I'm looking at Luka PRA, Kyrie points, Russ PRA, and probably Zubac points and rebounds. I think he plays a little bit better. He got a size advantage over those guys, so he needs to be dominating in the paint and crashing boards.
Yeah, like boards.
So if you give me points and rebounds for Zubac, I ain't worried about him passing. When he get the ball, go up.
Second chance opportunities, need them.
Yeah, they need them bad. So that's where I'm looking at with that game. I don't have super high expectations out of PG, but he played decent. I don't know if playoff P about to come through. And
I'm gonna tell you, like we talked about early in the season, man. I ain't got no faith in these Clippers, dog. I ain't got no faith in these Clippers.
We got cussed the fuck out in the comments.
Yeah, some of y'all was hating on us for talking about the Clippers on what we were seeing, but I mean, they old. It's just what it is.
They a little old.
They old, man.
They ain't
just
ancient.
What it is.
They a little old.
What it is,
they
man.
Not ancient though.
The Clippers, man, they not it, bro. They not it.
They're a pretty dominant team. They pretty deep. I don't know what it is about Luka though. I think Luka just
gotta be deep when
got their number though.
When you got Kawhi not playing, so you gotta have.
I'm not ruling them out for winning this series though. I'm not doing that.
Not yet.
No, but I do think the Mavs take Game 3. If the Clippers turn around and win Game 4 and make it 2-2, they're gonna win the series. But for Game 3, I'm rolling with Dallas. Yeah. So, final game on the slate, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Go Timberwolves, man.
Ant-Man.
Timberwolves, man.
Versus the Phoenix Suns.
The Suns can't see them, dog.
Suns heading back home, man.
They can't see them.
But I'm inclined to believe you.
They can't see them, dog.
I'll say this. The Suns are a 4-point favorite in this game, and I don't believe it.
I ain't buying it. I'm not buying what they selling.
I ain't buying what they selling.
No.
You got 56 points combined from Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. That is not enough.
Somebody got hurt too on Phoenix. Who got hurt?
Did Bradley Beal get a little injury?
No, I don't think it's Bradley Beal. Somebody else got hurt. But either way, it affects their depth because the motherfuckers can't score. I mean, they ain't got no
But Kevin Durant had 15 points. Let's be clear.
Unacceptable.
Let's be clear. Kevin Durant had 15 points.
Hey, shout out to Jaden McDaniels, dog.
Jaden McDaniels came.
He was in him. He was on him. He was in that pocket.
McDaniels cooked. Ant-Man didn't have a great scoring game. He only had 5 points in the first half. He ended with 15 himself. He kind of stepped it up in the second half some. He played it. I like what he did though. He did facilitate. He made some defensive stops. You know, he tried to impact the game in other ways, even though his scoring wasn't great that night. And he got his guys to step up. Like you said, Jay McDaniels went off. He had a great game.
20-something, 25, something like that. Yeah.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy was playing like lights out, bro.
Yeah.
Lights out.
Which was not expected because, I mean, again, Ant-Man not having a good scoring game. Karl Anthony Towns was in foul trouble early, so his ass kept on getting in and out of the game. He didn't have a great scoring game. I took his ass on a Taco Tuesday prop, and he didn't even hit that.
Set
all
up.
them damn fouls, he didn't even hit that.
Set up.
So yeah. But Rudy Gobert made it up. Mike Conley, he came in and did whatever the team needed him to do. He scored some. He did a little bit of passing. He was all around, had a good game. Jaden was definitely the star offensively. And Ant-Man showed up when you needed him to. So they was able to pull off a 12-point victory. I think the score was actually a little bit more lopsided before they waved the white flag and pulled the starters because they had Little came off the bench and he came and lit the bench up a little bit.
Yeah, he knocked down a 3 and another bucket.
Yeah, so I'm rolling with Minnesota in Game 3. I think Karl-Anthony Towns is going to avoid some of that foul trouble. Stop fucking reaching. I think they avoid some of that foul trouble. I think Ant-Man doesn't have 2 games in a row where he's not offensively producing that well. I think he's going to come out better. I think Kevin Durant comes out better too, but the rest of the team, I just don't know what the hell they're going to do. They look off.
They weren't playing any damn defense.
They just look off on offense too. Grayson Allen.
Playing defense. Grayson Allen, that's what it was. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
He does impact a game.
Yeah, that's a problem.
He does impact.
That's what it was. Grayson Allen.
Especially when you're not getting production out of Bradley Beal and
Devin
Booker.
That's a problem. That is a problem.
So, yeah, that might be a problem going into Game 3. I don't know his injury status going into Game 3 just yet, but they gotta step it up. At the end of the day, they ass is getting swept too. If they don't
win this game, absolutely.
If they don't win this game, their ass is getting swept too. And that is a terrible reflection on the Kevin Durant legacy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna look good, man. It's just something about Phoenix, man. They don't defend well, and Minnesota, they defend very, very well. They are lengthy. They have the length to match up with Phoenix and KD and the length that Phoenix has. Devin Booker, he need to start cooking, dog. I don't know what's up with him. He need to get that dog back in him.
They look off.
It just seems like they have a 3-headed snake and they don't know who is going to take charge. It just seems
supposed to be Kevin Durant, obviously.
It don't seem like that though.
I mean,
it seems like sometimes supposed to be KD and then sometimes like Devin Booker, and then Bradley Beal's he's just there whenever his opportunities come his way.
I don't really like Devin Booker playing the 1.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it forced him to be more of a facilitator when he's more of a scorer.
Yeah.
He can do it, but it's not his most.
It pulls him back from being aggressive. Seems like.
Dude, because he's trying to set other people up.
Right.
He doesn't necessarily need to.
They turned the ball over a lot. They was turning the ball over a lot.
Yeah, it's ugly, man. I don't. That's why I said they're off, and I think it's roles on the team. You got Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker, all scorers really, but they're trying to fit in. Bradley Beal don't know where the hell he belong on the court, and Devin Booker is trying to be a point guard. He's a guard trapped in the point guard's body. I don't know. So they just look off. I don't trust it. I think Minnesota's about to go ahead and get them folks the fuck up out of here because they smell blood.
They're a better team. Minnesota's a better team, dog. They are a better team.
Minnesota understands their role.
Yeah,
everybody knows what they're supposed to do, and they execute it. Whereas Phoenix does not. And then they got Frank Vogel, who's people gonna question that too. So I don't know if he's helping.
How many turnovers? 19 turnovers, dog.
Yeah, that's way too many turnovers in the playoffs.
19 turnovers, dog.
It's way too many turnovers in the playoffs. You can't have that. But shooting percentage, they were pretty close. They actually shot better from 3 than the Timberwolves. But free throws, that was a difference. Minnesota did get to the line a lot. Rebounds, they were pretty close because Nurkic actually had a good rebound game. He bounced back. He was a bright spot for them. But Minnesota had a few more steals and the turnovers, man, it wasn't good. And their stars just weren't starring.
No.
The stars weren't starring.
Not at all. Yeah, I got Minnesota in this next game.
Yeah, get cold as Minnesota. Yeah. Word to Yachty.
I got Minnesota, man.
So that's all the games, for the remainder of
you got
this here weekday.
Any props, anything for this one?
I'm looking at Ant and KD on points. I don't think they have back-to-back bad shooting nights. Plus, they getting a little bit extra rest with the travel day in there. I think those two have, better point scoring nights. Hopefully their numbers are a little bit lower since they had bad scoring nights before. So I'm banking on that. Rudy points and rebounds just because I don't see nobody fucking with him.
Nobody can. They can't defend him. They don't have the size to defend him in the paint.
Nurkic is there, but I don't know if he's getting gassed and he can't run a full game.
Rudy was getting off on him, dunking and everything.
And Jaden might be smelling blood, man. I'm looking at his points.
Motherfucker got some confidence, dog. He got some confidence.
I'm looking at his points in PRA. I'm gonna weigh him out. I'm going to look and see where they put those numbers at. If they're a little too inflated or a little too rich for my blood, I'll peel back from them. But I'm going to look at them Jaden McDaniels props because bro was on it. He was on it. And I think he see that he can score on that.
He can score. Yeah, he can score.
And everybody else do too.
And he taking them shots too. He ain't afraid to shoot it.
No, he's not. He don't give a damn. That boy went up in that paint.
And then went in the paint, in from three, attacking.
He's shooting threes. He was aggressive. Offensive rebound, put back. He didn't care. He was slithering. The boy pulled out his whole bag, as they say. He had a bag and he went deep into it. That last game.
Dumped the bag.
He dumped it out. So yeah, man. But that's the full slate, that we got so far. Of course, it's gonna be more playoff action coming up.
Yeah.
But, we just wanted to update y'all for a short span. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cause we gotta get it in, man. We know y'all like to win like we do. So, like I said, y'all like, share, comment, subscribe for more episodes of this No Hedging podcast thing that we like to do over here. The crossover in full effect. It's the playoffs, baby. I love me some basketball. So, y'all stay tuned. Anything you want to say to the people?
Hey, man, comment your thoughts below, man. Who's crazy? Is it me or is it this guy? This guy is crazy.
No,
I'm just talking shit. But y'all know what to do, man. Like, comment, subscribe, comment below, and we'll be back with another episode of the No Hedging Podcast, the crossover edition, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace. Peace.